Stay tuned. We're going to take you through the top 10 things that you can do to get your buyers to the closing table as quickly as possible and ensure future business. Smash that like button. So we're going to talk about 10 things that we do on every real estate transaction to get our buyers to the table as quickly as possible and help ensure future business. Number one is mortgages. We're going to go over those and how to get them done quickly. Number two is going to be lawyers, and we're going to teach you how to give multiple recommendations. Number three is going to be title and how to clear it up. Number four is going to be your town's requirements. It's going to be things like smoke and fire, CO, lead paint stuff. We're going to take you how to go through that as well. Number five is going to be a survey. Number six, we're going to talk a little bit about property insurance for your buyer. Number seven, what to do when you get the clear to close. Number eight, nobody's talking about this, a buyer's acknowledgement. It's like a back-ended CYA letter, just in case they come back and say, I didn't know this, or I didn't you bought the house. Number nine is going to be a thank you letter, because honestly, you probably did them a tremendous favor. And number 10 is going to be asking for referrals. All right, so first we're going to talk about mortgages. Now, if I were a realtor, I couldn't recommend one mortgage broker or two or three, and it's good to have a couple of them in your phone. We have plenty of them. If you need a recommendation, just drop something in the comments right now. What we like to do many times is if we've got somebody who wants to buy our house and they need to take out a mortgage, we'll recommend a mortgage broker that we know can get the job done and get the job done quickly, and we'll make the buyer aware of the fact that we're going to act like a little loan processor and help them get this done along the way. The mortgage broker can also keep us in the loop, report back to us. The reason why this isn't closing is because your buyer didn't get us their tax returns, or they didn't get us their W-2s or pay stubs, or they need to pay off their judgment, and clear communication is going to be incredibly huge. Now, this would be considered steering if you only gave them one mortgage broker and you were a realtor, which honestly I hope you're not, and if you are, just get a disclosure saying you're not a realtor, okay? Number two, lawyers. Again, we typically recommend 5 lawyers. We tell them you can pick any one of these. We know they all play nice in the sandbox. None of them have ever represented us, but we're impressed with what they do. They keep open lines of communication. They are not supposed to talk directly to you, but lawyers are lawyers. They're loyal to one thing, themselves, maybe two if you count money, but I think money is actually part of who they are. You just want to get a lawyer on each side that's comfortable communicating in the same method, be it email or text, or maybe they golf together on Sundays. Those deals are going to close the quickest. Number three is going to be cleaning up title, and I mean, this has been a nightmare around this place this week, and a lot of times there's going to be different blemishes on title when you're buying these houses NFL style. That's no lawyer. You're recording deeds, and there's different things and stuff you have to produce, like death certificates to reestablish chain of title or get people to sign off on things, releasing liens, and I mean, it can be a royal pain in the ass whenever we order title. What we typically do is we'll get a summary back from who we've ordered title from, and if it's the buyer's title company, same thing, we'll ask for the summary, and we will help them in the field get everything on title settled that needs to, so title can be clear to close. So if the guy's got a name like John Smith, I don't care what state you're in, there's probably 100 John Smiths, you're going to have to get your seller's John Smith's social security number and go through all the judgments and make sure none of them matched up. And if they did, you're going to have to make sure they were paid off. If he tells you they were paid off, you're going to have to get canceled checks, bring those to the title company, have them call whatever lender filed the lien on the property and get it released. But if you're there just to help these people along the way, you'll learn more of a multifaceted approach to real estate and how to get all this stuff done and get it done quickly. You're going to help everybody along the way. You're like everybody's assistant. It's kind of like being a manager and a friend at the same time. The next thing you're going to have to do is, once you've got a contract to sell a property, contact the town. Tell them, I am selling my property, okay? What do I need to get? Some towns are going to have a CO or a certificate of occupancy. Some towns are going to require a smoke and fire inspection where the fire marshal may have to come out and test everything. Some people just want to know that you've got it and you got to swear to it. Trick that I learned along the way is just buy whatever smoke and carbon monoxide detectors that the town has approved, and the fire extinguisher that they approve as well if you need one in the kitchen. And when the inspector gets there, I do something that we like to call like the Velcro black marker trick. I give the inspector the marker and he just goes around and goes, you need one here, and I stick one up. You need one here, and I stick one up. The fire extinguisher goes there. There you go. Did I pass? Wonderful. You should be good. In addition, be aware of other requirements. Some of these older towns like Paterson, New Jersey, or Newark may require a lead paint inspection, and these are all these like pre-industrial revolution towns where lead paint was incredibly prevalent. Nobody wants to live in a house where their kid's going to get brain damage because they were chewing on the windowsill. So if it's present, sometimes you're going to have it painted and have everything encapsulated. Number 5 is going to be a survey. Now, surveys are weird. Sometimes you're going to have a survey of the property. If the property hasn't been sold in 100 years or something crazy, the old survey may not suffice. It could be like have meets and bounds and look like an old treasure map and say something crazy like 50 feet from the old oak tree and there's not a tree in sight. So you're going to have to get an engineer out there to do a survey. They're going to have a tripod and laser beams and all kinds of stuff. Caution, engineers are really weird people, all right? We can recommend you an engineering firm if we do business in one of the towns or states where you are. They can go out and do a survey, and honestly, sometimes you leave them a voicemail, hey, I need a survey done at 123 Main Street. You never get a call back. They go out to the property, do it. It gets sent to whoever magically, and somehow you get a bill like 2 or 3 weeks later. I can't make sense of it. They're completely socially inept. Maybe you have one in the family. Now, I'm not talking about property insurance for you or the person you got the property from. I'm talking about property insurance for your buyer. And a lot of times you're going to get along the mortgage process, title will be cleared up, everybody's ready to buy, but that loan won't fund because your buyer doesn't have adequate property insurance yet. So it's really important to develop a relationship with an insurance broker, and you can call them up, give them the address, go, hey Dave, how's it going? I got this 2-bed, 3-bedroom house. Here's the address, lot, block, everything else. You ask me all the questions, I'll give you the answers. I need you to give me an insurance policy for this. And if it's possible, if you can do this, rather than having me pay for it out of my pocket or put it on a credit card, can you bind the policy off of the HUD statement? And I mean, if you already have that mortgage piece all wrapped up, you probably gave them the seller's concession. A lot of times if you can't spend all that money in the seller's concession, you get it back. Insurance could be $1, $2, $3 grand for the year. Include that in the seller's concession. When the property closes, their property insurance is paid for. You'll sleep well at night. You'll know that the deal will be funded. And honestly, on top of that, you kind of hooked up your buyer. You did a good thing, no harm, no foul. Plus, you gave your insurance broker more business, and trust me, you will be treated favorably in the future. One hand washes the other. When all this stuff is taken care of, you're going to hear some magical words from your mortgage broker or your lawyer or your title company, possibly all three, and those are going to be clear to close. And clear to close means you are about to get paid. All right, this is what you've worked towards. Not much can stop this closing. Maybe if your buyer dies, that might not even stop it if somebody has a power of attorney or you do. But now all that has to happen is all the closing documents need to get signed off on by your buyer, and you if you're the seller, or the seller if it's an assignment, and you to get your fee. And a lot of times you guys are all going to get together in the same room. Some lawyers or title companies will put on a big show and song and dance. Personally, this is where I get bored. I don't even want to show up half the time. I just send somebody to do it and pick up a check. A lot of times that's where people are going to stop teaching you. We're actually going to keep rolling with this. I'm going to give you 3 more things that you should do on every deal. Number 8 is going to be a buyer's acknowledgement. This is a back-ended CYA letter. This will state they picked their attorney of their own free will. You gave them 5 to choose from, they picked one. They picked their mortgage broker of their own free will. You gave them a bunch that you liked, they didn't have to use them, they picked one, that's fine, okay? You didn't force them into buying this. It's a bunch of shit that just covers your ass, because if the house burns down or gets flooded later and they go, I didn't know about that, well, yeah, you did. You had a home inspection, and it actually says it right there in the buyer's acknowledgement as well. Number 9, ask for thank you letters, or just do a quick video with them. I mean, I just did one recently with John Boyle, like the newbie real estate investors dude, with a house we sold him, and it just helps your credibility. It shows that you're a decent business person. You can put it up on your website or your Facebook. And number 10 is going to be referrals, and typically I ask for 5. Look, if you've enjoyed this experience, If you feel like you got a great deal on this house and you saw how I gave you a seller's concession and a rate buy down on your mortgage and you kept more money in the bank, do you know anybody else who might want to buy a house from me? Because right now I think you believe this is too good to be true. And get some names and numbers and also ask them, look, if there's somebody that I'm selling a house to in the future and they want to hear from one of my referrals, can I connect them with you? And they'll go, oh yeah, Chuck, thank you so much. So I hope this has helped you out a lot. This is a little bit of what we like to call like applying the muscle and just really kind of forcing these things through without using too much force and just helping everybody along the way. The recap: number 1, mortgages, very important. Number 2, lawyers, you know what to do. Number 3 is going to be title and how to clear it up, help everybody along the way. Number 4 is going to be everything required for that town to get that property sold. Number 5 is going to be the survey. Number 6 is going to be insurance for your buyer. Number 7, what to do when you get the clear to close. Number 8, buyer's acknowledgement. Number 9, thank you letters. And number 10, ask for referrals, because this is going to give you repeat business. And trust me, if you've hooked somebody up, they're going to want you to hook their friends up as well. My name's Chuck Kohout, Always Be Closing. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it'll help you improve your business. If you'd like it, do me a favor, hit the like button, smash subscribe, slide the little bell all the way up to all. And why don't you share this on your social media? If there's anything you'd like to hear in the future, just drop it in the comments. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.